Okay, good morning, world. How are we today? How are we this Monday morning? I am so tired. So tired. I did not get a lot of sleep last night. And I don't really, maybe my brain is not functioning at 100% as a result. But yeah, so all I can think to talk about this morning is I haven't even read the news either. I haven't listened to the news. I haven't read any news articles this morning. Yeah, so all I can think to talk about this morning is, why I'm awake. What's been getting my brain going? And we have already kind of talked about some of this, but just I've been spending a lot of time thinking about money and just it's that time of the year, isn't it? Where you have just already like so much expenses. Just everybody has, Christmas as an expense, and not everyone has a huge family, but even if you don't, then you've still got friends and family and things to that you have to spend money for, like whether it's for gifts and stuff or it's because you're catching up, going out, having catch-ups and lots of stuff. There's always just money, a lot of money involved in this time of the year, isn't there? Let alone if you like to try to get away over the summer holidays, Christmas holidays. And we've got just so many birthdays at this time of the year too. I think I've said already before, like from October to January, we've got birthdays. So it is just always a crazy mental time of the year for us. And on top of that, I've been trying to just upgrade and do bit by bit around the house things, just upgrading things for the kids and I suppose it actually is part of nesting, when you're pregnant and you just kind of, it's like you become really judgmental of your own home and you're like, nope, this needs changing or this needs better or, to be better or just whatever. Like you just, you want to make everything all new and fresh, for the arrival of your new one. And yeah, so maybe that's not part of it. But the other thing that has been keeping me up at night, I guess, and maybe it's, it's also got to do with the new baby coming, and also, my second youngest right now, she's also been doing prep transition for school, and that's like a big like a wake-up call kind of as well. Sometimes you forget that you just don't have forever with your little ones at home, and before you know it, it's like it creeps up on you, and then you're just like, oh yeah, that's right, this is happening and my whole life is changing. you know, because it does feel like that. It feels like your whole life is changing. Probably more so for me in my situation because I, have a little baby coming along at the same time. Yeah, just like, the new year for us is just going to be completely different. It's just going to be completely different. And so, yeah, I guess all of that has just made me think a lot more about, a lot of different things. Like, mostly I think about things like, I want to use my time, even though, I know already having 4 children, it seems like, yeah, okay, well, you're obviously busy. Yes, I am busy. But, and I have got a baby coming along. So, I'm going to be a mum of 5. And I know this might sound, crazy, but, I want to start a business. and I've been wanting to do it for a really long time, but it just always never seemed like the right time, or I didn't allow myself to fully invest in it, mentally and stuff, let alone financially, setting up for it. And anyway, so I don't know, should I say what it is that I want to do? Maybe I should just say. Anyway, so the thing that I want to do, what I want to set up, and it comes to me as well because right, number one, I'm going to have little ones, at my feet, so to say, still for several more years, aren't I? And my partner and I, we together decided that we didn't want to have our children go through the daycare and kinder systems. We both just there's lots of reasons when people decide to do that, but the main one is that it does cost a bit of money, and you're basically paying somebody else to raise your child for the what I think is very crucial years of your child being so young. And I've been there and done that before, with my oldest daughter. She was in daycare from maybe 12 months, maybe 1 year, and that was just because financially it was sort of I just really had to go back to work. But I very soon learned after putting all of that into motion, even if you do get some help from the government to pay for that, it's still very, very expensive. And if you don't get help from the government, that's excruciatingly expensive. Basically $100 a day. And, for the mother to be going to work and just say an anything job, not it's not like a career. I'm not a lawyer earning, hundreds of dollars per hour. So for somebody just with a normal job, it just seemed stupid. It seemed stupid. It's like going to work just to pay for the daycare fees or kinder fees, that's what it was like. for me then. And, you know, so you're not really even getting ahead that much, are you? Because you've got to just hand straight away hundreds of what you've just earned away. And then you've got petrol, like getting from A to B to C every single day. You know, it all adds up and just seems stupid. And then with my second daughter, you know, I stopped working when I was like pretty much bang on 9 months and about to pop. And I really wanted to not work with her while she was little, and so I did not. But she did go, I forget now if it was once or twice a week, she was going to like a community centre play group. So it's not a daycare and it's not a kinder, it's like a play group, but not one where the parents stay. Like you still sign your child in at a particular time and sign them out at a particular time, and you know, they get to play with other kids, and they're taken care of by, you know, sort of like daycare workers, childcare facilitators. I think maybe that's what you're supposed to say. Anyway, and then yeah, so my partner and I decided with our two that we already have that we didn't want for them to go into daycare or kinder, and you know, it's one thing, you know, I have to say, when you have got lots of kids, is obviously they have the social aspect already at home, don't they, you know, with family. And then you've got extended family that you see and spend time with, and your friends' kids that they see and spend time with. And through schools, you know, there's always sporting events and other events through the school that your children mingle with other children all the time, you know, and, you know, spend time at the school and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, we've done plenty of going to the local library, and, you know, they will have, you know, I must say they've been really good with, they have once a week story time and activities, and, you know, where the parents bring their little ones along and you all sit there and sing songs and read books and do activities and stuff. And then on, you know, school holidays, they organise other activity days that you can sign up for, and yeah, and it's all free. Yeah, so through your council, I have to say that's really good. Yeah, so, you know, we've done plenty of stuff like that, and yeah, but so coming back to Christy wants to start a business, is I just thought as well, you know, it would probably be a benefit. If I had, you know, an income coming in as well for the next several years until I have all my children in school. You know, that and that income come from a job that works around my family and my family dynamics and my children and their ages, and even school things and stuff, you know, just having the ability to sort of call your own shots with your own hours and things like that, right? And so, you know, brainstorming all of that, I have a, you know, long history of working in hospitality in my life. So, you know, when I think of creating businesses, normally I think towards hospitality, but that's just not really viable when you've got little ones by your ankles, and, you know, not safe and things. So I thought, well, why don't I open a kids play center, but like small scale. So like, you know, turning a shop into a kids playroom, and you know, there's so much stuff that, you know, you can buy that's you know, that you can have set up for like indoor play. You know, I mean, there's even indoor jungle gyms and all sorts of stuff, right? And I'm talking like aimed at the age of, you know, infant to let's just say 10, right? And I just feel as well like the area, you know, that I live near, that I would be setting it up, is like screaming for it, you know, like there's just, even though, as I mentioned, there's, you know, plenty of opportunities through schools and through the local library to, you know, that they facilitate, you know, little ones getting together and social interaction and activities and fun things. You know, that's great. But I still feel like a indoor playroom situation is something, it's different. Like, it's just different, you know. At the library, you still have to be quiet because people are there, you know, to read or work and things like that. And, you know, school things, you know, unless you're just like hanging out at the school in the mornings and the afternoon, you know, you have to wait for event things to be on the calendar. And I just thought like a kids indoor playroom would be really a benefit to a lot of people in the area. You know, there's a lot of people in my area that have little ones, and what do? Like, you have to drive, because of where we live as well, like people have to drive like an hour to go to the next indoor kids play activity centre, you know, because there's like a one of those bounce climby ones that's like an hour drive for people, or there's you know, a restaurant that has bowling and arcade games, but again, people have to drive an hour. And there's like a small sort of like indoor play centre that's attached to like accommodation, like holiday accommodation and stuff like that. But it's a bit run down and like dark and dank, if you know what I mean. And even for that, you know, people have to drive an hour, and I wouldn't even say it was worth it, like the entry fee. But yeah, you know, I just think that our town could really use an indoor playroom, and it works around my family dynamics and situation and schedule and everything. And, you know, wouldn't it be great just to be able to like hang out with your kid all day, or your children all day, at a, you know, basically like indoor play centre, like just mini, you know, that's age appropriate for them too, you know, and everything's all safe and creative and fun and interactive and everything, and stimulating. And you know, then when people come in that are actual customers, it's like my children have friends to play with. You know, make friends, have their friends come over. So yeah, that's what my brain has been in overdrive about, because I just can't stop thinking about it, and then I can't stop myself from looking online at just different, you know, kids' toys and products and stuff that would be great in it. And yeah, I'm basically just like setting up for it in my phone. You know, like my phone is now my business planner. And yeah, so on top of everyone's birthdays and Christmas and the holidays and you know, everything else that I've got going on, you know, setting up for a new baby, all of that, I now find myself as well basically setting up a business. And yeah, so I mean, I know that there is you know, there's things that you have to do, that I have to do to make it come to fruition. You know, I have to be a bit savvy as well with, you know, making sure that, um, you know, it's cost effective and everything as well. Because, you know, I don't want to do something like this either, which, you know, you have to invest a lot of money into, just to set up and open up, and, you know, everything all be kosher with, you know, just the legalities and everything of it as well. You know, only to find myself having to close the doors because it's, you know, too expensive to keep them open, you know. So I have to be savvy with what sort of a place I would even look at doing it in, and hopefully I could find a decent priced place because, you know, I mean, it's not like, you know, like say you're charging, let's just say you're charging like $10 per child to come in and, like, you know, have, you know, technically hours of fun, hours of play. You know, like how many children do you need to come in to, like, pay for the shop rent and your utilities and your insurance and your, you know, all the things, do you know what I mean? And how can you maximize it? And, you know, all that sort of stuff. Like, it has to be like a like strategically thought out plan, you know? So yeah, that's what I find myself doing. And, you know, I have the thinking as well of that, you know, you have to spend money to make money, you know? Like, especially if you're starting a business, like, you just, you know, you have to invest in that dream, don't you? You have to invest in yourself, you know, for it to even exist, like, for it to come to fruition at all. You know, if you don't try, then it's always going to be a no. And I really want to try. I really want it to be a yes. I really want it to be successful. I really want it to work for my family. I really want it to, you know, bring, you know, happiness to other kids and families that I think really need it, as a, you know, something to do. And yeah, so that has been on my brain a lot in the last few days. And ooh, excuse me. Anyway, I am so tired. I have a thing today that I had to, like, fast for, and yeah, so I have not even been able to have my coffee this morning. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I am pooped. Anyway, I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you all had a good weekend. And it's Monday morning. Let's hop to it. Let's get to it. let's perk ourselves up, and strap on our shoes, our boots, and let's get it done. Let's get it done together. Whatever it is in your day, let's face it. Let's face it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Let's dream big. Let's invest in ourselves. That's the message of today. Okay. All right. Well, I will see you all in a video tomorrow. Have a lovely day.